His mother claims, I think this is going to end messy for my son. I think it will. So she says, not allowed in my home. We'll get there. We'll do that coming up in that. Also, Ohio, I love it. And I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that, but we will make that attempt. And we will do that at any rate. And you can also find me on the talkback button using our radio. 7 a.m. this morning, we'll take a look at the Olympic food prices. This is always the story of when the Olympics come around. They're expensive. I actually thought they were going to be more money. The beer prices, I thought, it was like, oh God, in France, Olympics, captive audience, I would have thought this would have been way, way higher, but we will just some of those Olympic food prices. We'll do that at 7 a.m. this morning. Back to the Stansbury Show, where you'll at 9 a.m. rock the bank. Start your weekend with an extra $1,000. Also, why one woman is refusing to let her son and his partners. Wait to see. So I got in around 1999, and I've been here since 2014. So it's been a little while, right? Now, there was maybe about a year in between somewhere where I was like, oh, right, that one didn't work out. Gotta have to wait for the next opportunity. But mostly since my mid-20s, I have worked on the radio. That makes me happy. I enjoy my job, and I'm lucky to have it. Before that, I had all kind of jobs that I did not like, you know. And I have served while being a radio host, meaning bartender is what I mean by serving. They're not, you know, armed forces. I mention it because apparently what I'm being told here from USA Today is we're headed for another, what they're calling Great Resignation. They say another because apparently during COVID this happened, where people are like, I'm just quitting this job. I'm out. They say 3 in 10 people are this year. Now, I don't know what it means really, you know. I'm curious if some of those people are late, right? My family's heard me say things like this. The people I date have heard me say things like this, like, this is it, I'm done. Like, honestly, I'm done. Like, I can't tolerate it anymore. I don't really want to do it. Like, I can't, dude, to get all amped up about this or that. Enough! But that's how I feel that day. And they always have to remind me, dude, you're just upset. You're fine. Everything's going to be fine. Now, I like my job. If you don't and you find yourself ready to quit, maybe you just would, right? They say the trend of employees resigning has slowed in the last 2 years, but experts are now saying, get ready, it's about to happen by the end of this year. 3 in 10 full-time workers, that part's interesting, are likely to quit their jobs by the end of 2024. That according to a survey that was by Resume Builder. Okay, so like we do kind of have to factor that in a little bit, although Resume Builder is where people are going to figure out how to make a better resume to get a job, so like they might know a little bit about this. It was 1,500 people were asked. Okay, so again, small sample size, but that's how a lot of studies and surveys will work. In January, 3.4 million, or about 2.1% of the U.S. workers left their jobs. That's below the pre-pandemic mark. That number was pulled from the Labor Department. They say it's down from the peak of the Great Resignation during COVID, when 4.5 million workers a month, or about 3% of all of us, decided we're leaving this job. That was in the spring of 2022. Workers who resigned then cited pay stagnation, poor benefits, and general job dissatisfaction. Yeah, I mean, there's only going to be so many reasons you're going to quit your job, right? Now, there's probably going to be 10, 15. You know, family moving, boss sexually harassed me, dude, I was physically touched, or, you know, dude, this guy screams at me every day. Like, I get somebody's going to lose their temper occasionally. Somebody's going to say something occasionally, fine. But every day I'm treated like this, that's probably going to be one of them. And pay. The money's going to be the thing. If you feel as if you can make more money hopping from this position to the next one, then God bless. That's the way it works, right? The market kind of decides, and if you feel like you have another opportunity, then go take that opportunity. A lot of times what will happen is that a place will go, oh, okay, we're going to lose you? Well, we'll pay you that. Well, why wouldn't you have just given it to me before? Well, why would I? I'm not just going to just do it just because. Like, I know that's what we're waiting for people to do. And I know I can be a little bit of a negative Nancy about people. They're not in it with you. You can trust the people inside your home. And babe, not all of you can trust all of them now. I mean, right? Like, we know people. So yeah, sometimes you're going to put your boss, that's very common in my line of work. They know they should be paying some people more, and they would, the moment you put them in a situation where they have to. So it's one of those annoying things. You get towards the end of your contract, all right, call that station, go get taken out for a steak, you know what I mean? Find out what they want, use it as leverage to get what you want where you still are. Everybody knows you don't really want to go, right? And so, like, you know, it's one of those things. But if you feel like you can get more done somewhere else, I could understand that. I could totally understand when somebody's like, well, no, I can make more money over there. I'm going over there. However, this is where I'm going to ask people, does money really matter that much? I thought it. I can't even finish the damn sentence because I've known forever it's been crazy. They say labor shortages then forced employers to beef up pay and benefits. Okay, I hear that all the time, yet it's not true of anybody I know. Now, that's anecdotal, and what they're telling me is that this has come from the Labor Department, who would know more about it than me and my idiot friends. Fair. But, like, I would know somebody that was true, right? Well, yeah, man, I quit, and then I wanted to across the street. I got that job. Most people I know that resigned their positions in COVID because they thought they were going to be able to walk across the street and make more money, a lot of those people are still looking for another job. That can happen, too, right? So I've heard about all of this stuff. I have not seen. I definitely have not seen that on the radio. Let me just tell you. That, you know, labor shortages forcing a higher pay, that has not happened in my line of work, even a little. Not even a little. 28% of workers said, yep, likely to quit my job by the end of 2024. If you ask me any given day, I'd be like, yeah, probably, but I'm not gonna. So I wonder how much of that 28 is that. Gen Z and young millennials, you guess it, are more likely to quit. Yeah, I think I have an easy reason for that. You're probably closer to the start of your business life than the end, right? Obviously, so you're probably not making as much money yet. I make more money now in the radio business than when I started at 24. You know why? Because I have experience, I've worked a couple of places, and they know we can kind of rely on them a little. Workers obviously looking for higher salaries. Duh, that part makes sense. The service industry has the highest percentage of workers planning to quit. Few reasons there. People have forgotten how to treat service employees since COVID. The treatment of restaurant workers and like all that stuff, it's gone way down. We're taking out how much we don't like, how much we're paying for the steak out on the person who's bringing it to the table. It's ridiculous. It's like going into the gas station and yelling at that person for how much the price of gas is. They didn't control it. They're wearing a name tag. They're just working there, right? So like that's going to be one of those reasons. The other reason is this. If you have served or bartended before, you are going to get another serving or bartending job. They don't even care what happened at the last place. What they care about is all I need to do with you is take 10 minutes to show you how our POS system, point of sale is what that means, point of sale system works. You know how to take the order, bring the food, when to check for water. You know all that. You've served before. So now all I have to do is teach you where our stuff is. It's fast. The turnaround. You think Chili's cares what happened at Applebee's when you were serving? They don't. They need you to cover the shift 7 to 12 tonight. Ohio's trying to ruin boneless wings. We'll get there at 8. All right, so yesterday I tried to do something on the show, and I'm pretty sure we did it, and I'm going to try to make this effort when we can. We're not always going to be able to do this, but I'm pretty sure I did yesterday's show without saying the names Kamala Harris or Donald Trump yesterday. And I am going to try to do that when we can, because I think this season is going to be more obnoxious than maybe anyone we've ever seen. I mean, it's already pretty bad. It's kind of nauseous. But something has happened, and I've been critical of like when Green Day or when somebody stands up there like, dude, come on, man. People did not pay you $100 to get lectured to. And I'm not saying keep politics out of music. Write the songs. That's how you enter the world. I'm perfectly okay with that. You are an artist. Express yourself. Okay. I don't think people necessarily go to shows looking to be preached to by Billy Joel through a microphone. I just don't think that's what most people want. I could be wrong. Now, I know it's hypocritical, right? Because I'm passing out my opinion while telling other people, dude, don't do that. Again, an opinion program is what I was hired to do. It is a little bit of a different thing. So I get that little scapegoat out there. I mention it because a man I idolized while growing up, from my favorite band ever, now does a solo project. I am, of course, talking about Ace Frehley. Ace Frehley, lead guitars for Kiss. And he gave the world this, which kicks ass. And Ace has been performing with his solo band for a while. As a matter of fact, my buddy Jesse and I went and saw him, I believe it was the Kent stage. That might have been almost 2 years ago. I love Ace. I'll go see him every time. He's not that good anymore. And he's actually being carried by his band these days. It's all right. The guy's almost 80 for crying. I totally understand. But Ace was performing the other night, and then this happened. I wonder who told him. Guys, I've idolized this guy since I came out of the womb. He doesn't know it. He doesn't. I know. I'm sorry, Ace. Well, I'm sorry. All righty then.
I'm never going to say his name, but you know who the I'm talking
about. Listen to that whimper. Listen to it. Ace, what that is your crowd, who I'm willing to bet there were more than a few people there that agreed with you. That's your crowd telling you, we don't want this from Ace Frehley. What we want is Rocket Ride. We want Shock Me. And then play the songs Paul wrote that you're passing off as yours. Don't forget to do that with Detroit Rock City, buddy. Right? Yeah, don't forget to get up there and play the ones that Paul wrote while he allows you to do it without charging you the money for it. You know, be sure to sling some money in Gene's way for that, too. You absolute moron. I love Ace, dude, but, like, come on. That's not what people want. And that crowd and that response is them telling you. They don't want that. That's not what most people want when they go out and see a show. Did you see this? Jack Osbourne is now saying he's voting for Donald Trump. Now, November a far way off, plenty can happen, and opinions can change. We'll see. And apparently, the family doing a pod, he's like, when I first heard about it, I thought, it's not real, it's not real. And thank God the guy was a bad shot, Jack Osbourne. But went on to say, look, this is not going to be popular. I understand that. But I'm voting for him after that, Osbourne said. Now, one of the reasons I don't love, and I don't really care, but one of the reasons I would caution people to wrap your arms around that argument. Well, once I saw that, and plenty of people have said that, it's only going to put gas in the tank of, it was a setup. And that's why he did it. He needed the bump. He needed this. He needed that. I don't believe that's true, but people are going to easily combat what you say with that. I don't think he necessarily needed that at all. We know who needed the bump, and that's exactly why what happened this last week has happened. We know who needed what now. We do, because it was literally like, I'm not coming out of the race. I'm fine too. Yeah, I don't think so. His homie got bullied into stepping aside. We know, dude, I've known forever. I've been saying for 2 years what they were going to do, and here it is. By the way, you notice they're already passing her off as if she's won. Notice? They're trying to run her as an incumbent. You see that? You kind of notice that? Already meeting with everybody, already doing things. He's been removed, not talking to you. You can't see him anywhere. Who's doing what? Who's doing this? And she's already running the country. You know why? Because she'd been running the country, honey. Because she'd been doing it, at least part of it. At least part of it. Which, again, people tried to tell you, and you called them dirty names. And now the media flat out telling you, yeah, we were kind of doing. That's kind of what we were doing. That's kind of what we were doing. It's getting obnoxious. It really is. I would caution people not to run to that's why I'm going to vote for him, because you're only going to amp up, that's why he did it. Which aren't we hearing now? And I don't know why this is a conversation at all. Oh, the bullet didn't strike him. It was shrapnel. It was this. It was that. It was this. It was that. I don't give a damn about any of that. He was shot at. Baby, that's enough. That is enough. We don't do that. We don't shoot political opponents in this country. At least I don't think we should be doing that. What hit him? What this? What that? I don't think it matters. Shots rang out. A man died. So the bullet was real. A man died. That's enough. That's enough. But watching both of these sides of this argument is just, it's obnoxious. But when I saw that and that video went viral, it's been more viral than what he did from that stage, and I knew it, and I was like, I'm going to be accused of, oh, when it's your boy, you'll shut up. Take the hood off. We can see you, Clansberry. We can see you. That's the kind of things they say to me when they think, when something just doesn't happen to find its way on the rundown. But that's Ace Frehley absolutely on a stage in front of 40 people showing his ass and looking like an idiot. Welcome back to the Stansbury Show. A woman is telling her son not to come back home as he is involved in a throuple. That's a relationship amongst 3 people. And the mom says, I think this is going to end badly for you. I don't support your decision making. You're not staying in my home. People, of course, think the mom's in the wrong, but we'll take a look at this story. Try to flesh that out at 9 a.m. Also, Rock the Bank with you, too. Give you a $1,000 keyword. Later this afternoon, I believe around 1:30, we will get the opening ceremony for the Paris Games, the Olympics. And I've been turned all the way around on the Olympics, honestly. There was a time in my life where I was a little bit more of a curmudgeon even now and had to hate on joy because I was miserable, so everything sucked. What are you liking that? What are you enjoying stuff? Sissy. Right? Just because I was so miserable, I had to hate everything, and hating things makes you tougher. Didn't you know that? Yeah, I'm sure you know a few people like that in your life. How you doing, John? Feel free to text in another 300 times a day being wrong about everything. But we're going to get the Olympics underway a little later this afternoon. LeBron James will be your flag bearer. First time USA basketball players done it. By the way, not voted on by just USA Basketball. Team USA voted LeBron. He's pretty likable, that guy. You know? I mean, I know social media hates him, but it seems like people who know him, who are around him, other athletes, they seem to be into LeBron. Right? So that part's pretty interesting. I think it makes all the sense in the world to have him do it. I think Snoop's carrying a torch later or something. That part was like, hey, what? That part's a little strange. But welcome to things when they come out scary. Oh my God, these rappers in this language, and oh my God, and the G things. I don't know if I like it. And now he's like 80, so it's like, Snoopy's fine. Right? Like, it's fine, right? Like, it's like grocery store music. And when that stuff came out, it was like, the devil, right? And now it's like, aisle 6, you're fine. It's kind of how that goes. Another story coming out of the Olympics is how pricey things are going to be. Now, I've never been to France. I've never been there. It's a place I'd like to see. I wouldn't have it on my bucket list, but I'd be interested. I'm probably never going to go. Tell me this food is expensive. I'm going here for an Olympic Games. A hot dog is more than $10. That's a lot. A $10. Expect that. I mean, at Guards games, what are they, half that? At a Guards game. A cheeseburger is almost $12 at the Olympics. An Egg McMuffin, for some reason, there's a rounding error here, but $8.68. Yeah, 10, 12, and like $9 is, maybe I've been to a lot of events, maybe that's what it is, but I would, when people tell, oh my God, wait till you see the Olympic pricing. I thought what I was going to be dealing with was or whatever that fire festival, whatever the hell that was. Like that, I expected some of that. But apparently, there isn't any beer. They say they have bad news for people hoping to buy a beer. There isn't any. There are a few non-alcoholic beer options, but it costs you around $9 for a beer that doesn't even include alcohol. Now, I don't understand non-alcoholic beer at all. I don't get it. Now, I don't love the taste of beer so much that it's like, oh, hot day, crack cold one. Oh, once it hits your lips, it's so good. I'm not that guy. I will drink beer to forget how much I don't like my life and to make me go, all right, I'll sleep with her. Right? Like, I'll drink beer for what it's for. I'll do that. But, like, I'm not necessarily, like, love the taste of beer guy. That's not me. So drinking something that tastes like beer but doesn't do the thing I need it to do, which, again, makes me forget I hate my life, I don't know what we're doing here. I personally don't get it. They say the only real cheap options are small chips, popcorn, and a cookie. That can all be purchased for under $50. Large chips, though, more than $8. Again, this is all to be expected. It's the Olympics. It's France. Now, again, I've never been there, but I do have negative opinions on it, right? And we've always been told how expensive it is there. I'm not shocked things are expensive over there. And I got to tell you, $10 doesn't sound that crazy. Maybe it's I've been to too many events. It was one of the first things I noticed here, by the way. The first time I came, when I moved here, we went to something at the Civic Center. And I stopped and got $200 in cash. And I got there and they were like, it's $6 to park. And I was like, what? What the hell year is it? $6? That's amazing. I gave the guy a 10, was like, keep it. I came from $30 parking lots. $6? I was like, here you go, Holmes. And then I got in that damn place. And the concession pricing was like $19.55 in there. I was like, this place in Canton is amazing. I love it here, right? And so when you stack it next to the Civic Center, that sounds like a lot. But when you are told the Olympics are underway and the pricing is crazy, and you hear it's Cinemark pricing, I don't think people are going to think that's out of line. And I've been telling you we were going to talk about thruples a little bit at 9 o'clock, and we still may, but Katie up early listening with us this morning, as she has been known to do, and reminding me that I had been thinking out loud in this studio earlier this week, and we were talking about maybe getting into the most overplayed songs. Because I had kind of mentioned it casually. I was having a conversation with somebody in my Instagram messages. I think his name's Todd. I think he was asking me about that, and I gave him a couple of quick answers. You know what, Katie? I think we may be able to handle thruples and overplayed stuff at 9. Let's try to do both of those. And if we don't get to thruples, you know what? Maybe we can hold that off till Monday. I have more shows to do. You have more shows to listen to. Yeah, maybe that's what we can do there. All right, who knows? Not even 7:30 yet, trying to figure out 9 a.m. All right, here we go. We had been talking about the Olympics a little bit, and it's because of the pricing, but I don't think the pricing's all that out of bounds here. More than 10. I don't know what that means. Does that mean 10.50? Does that mean 11? What does more than 10 mean? A cheeseburger is nearly $12. And an Egg McMuffin will run you around, $9. Yeah, $10 per item is almost what I expect. And venue pricing has always been expensive. Like, I heard somebody say this the other day. It was Rainn Wilson had said about the movie theaters. Like, everybody's blaming this and blaming that and blaming this. And he posted his, popcorn and soda, what the price was. And he's like, look, I make a lot of money. I'm paid a lot of money. He's like, so I can afford all this stuff. But he's like, I'm thinking about you guys. And he's like, this is why people aren't going to the movie theater. And a bunch of people hit him up in the replies like, yo, man, people have been complaining about what the movie popcorn price is in association to their money they're making per hour since the beginning of time. That's not why people aren't necessarily going to. Now, if you got 4 or 5 kids, it does get really pricey, and maybe it will make you pause. I think it's the movie that your kid wants to see is coming out on Amazon in a month, so why not just make them wait? I think that's what that is. Let's not necessarily get sidetracked there. But concession pricing has been a part of things that people bitch about forever. My dad was complaining about hot dog prices at the old municipal stadium. You know why? Because no matter what time you're alive, things are expensive for what you are getting paid. Everybody digs up these old home prices. Oh my God, in 1975, your parents paid X amount of dollars for a house. Yeah, I talked to my insurance agent about that when he bought his house, and it was around $9,000. The interest rate was 43%. And by the way, he wasn't making anywhere near the kind of money he makes today. That's just, it's always going to be expensive, right? It's just one of those things. Your dad was in the wrong business. My dad's in the wrong business. Every man is always in the wrong business, right? I should have done this. I'm in the wrong business, right? That's what everybody always says. Things are always expensive. We never think anything's worth anything. I've said it this way forever, and if you've heard this before, I'm sorry for being repetitive. But if I brought most of you in here and did an in-depth interview about you and your life, and you were able to express what it is your job really is, not just give me the title of what